Good morning and welcome to EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Today, the 11th day of October 2024. Today is Friday and the time is a minute past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. This morning we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories, making the headlines. Please stay with us. You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper, Leadership, Vanguard, Punch, Daily Post, The Nation, This Day, and if time permits, we are also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune newspapers. You can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08065796599. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Drug war. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency deploys former spokesperson Ofoyeju to head Tinkan Island Port. NOA mandates orientation training for elected public officials. Sanwo-Olu advocates making agric attractive, sustainable for youths. Sheyi Tinubu launches initiative to support indigent patients in UCH. Army arrests suspected bandits, terrorists, logistics supplier in Taraba. Don't dare military. Defense headquarters warns Asari Dokubo. Olopa eulogizes as FCSC ex-chairman Al-Ghazali dies. NFIU laments weapon inflow from Libya. Fubara heads to Supreme Court on appeal as appeal recognizes pro-Wike lawmakers. Fubara heads to Supreme Court as appeal recognizes pro-Wike lawmakers. Nigeria can now trace criminals as NCC claims NIN SIM linkage completion. War against corruption, where anti-graft ego turns a blind eye to sacred cows. Kalo canvasses better deal for 24 million visually impaired citizens. Nigerian aviation industry to unveil largest jet fuel depot. Akpabio urges reforms as Senate plays flawed local council polls. UNICEF, 75% of new HIV infections among adolescents occur in girls. Civil Service Commission to partner CIPM. NMPC pledges to foster peace in Niger Delta. School leavers to get mandatory vocational skills. Federal government issues TSA exemption guidelines for research grants. My husband, not greedy, working for better future. Shetima, Kalu, Abiodun decry rising population of uneducated kids, urge action. Minister to step down for essay competition winner today. PDP BOT 6 urgent NEC meeting to resolve crisis. Lagos government pledges to address sexual, gender-based violence among PWDs, people with disabilities. Firms partner to accelerate clean energy initiatives. On International Day, advocates seek end to death penalty. On International Day, advocates seek end to death penalty. Army arrests suspected bandits, terrorists, logistic supplier in Taraba. Federal government can generate 729 billion naira from SSB tax increment. Group drags header to court over destruction of 15 million naira farm produce. Tisha arrested in Imo for allegedly assaulting stepdaughter. School girl stabs fellow student to death in Ondo. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency drops husband approval for married women's visa clearance. Police arrest 5 suspects for conspiracy theft in Ogun. Group laws federal government's garment shoe factory in Abia Correctional Center. Stakeholders call for e-voting, review of Edo election. 6 LASMA officials sacked for gross indiscipline. Corruption. Iran leads China, Saudi, Somalia, US on death penalty ranking. Doctor arrested in Enugu for alleged child trafficking, forgery. Lawmakers demand investigation into missing core member. Foundation to bridge gaps in education. Ondo Assembly rejects Ayedatiwa supplementary budget. Again, court refuses bid to stop Kanu cancel poll. Court to hear Evance's accomplices plea. Bargaining agreement November 21. Court to hear Evans accomplices plea bargain agreement November 21. Bishop Abioye Aremu retire from Winners Chapel. Army officer stabs police officer to death in Lagos. Rivers crack down on illegal medical facilities. Startup founders, Lego experts to brainstorm on building lasting ventures. World Health Organization, NAS seek conducive workplace for mental health. Reps kick against multiple tax burdens on Nigerians. CEOs, world leaders seek investment in Africa's future. Abiodun launches sale of subsidized federal government rice in Ogun. Zulum approves 3 billion naira death benefits, 70,000 naira minimum wage. Rivers Film Festival, 2,230 submissions received from 173 countries. Director. Boat owners decry decline in Lagos to Porto Novo's travels. Wheelbarrow pusher killed in Lagos auto crash. Oyo closes Alo Akara Highway to install way bridges. P2B calls for national unity tackling mental health crisis in Nigeria. 3,600 inmates on death row in Nigeria, says Lawyer Without Borders. Kanu on high alert over bandit influx. Fuel price hike. Nigeria sinking deeper under Tinubu CUPP. Ondo 2024 NATA orders artisan hail Makinde's emergence as governor. Ayedatiwa's campaign DG. Bill to allow FRSC officers carry firearms. Skills second reading. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper this morning. Para governor offers 100 million naira aid after Kaima boat mishap, plumbing the depths of Dangote refinery, NMPCL imbroglio. Moonshot 2024, Lagos has funded 70 R&D initiatives, says Commissioner. Kaduna Hospital refutes claim of organ harvesting. Oyo bars heavy-duty trucks, trailers from using new expressway. LASMA sacks 6 officials. Student, laborer, stab friends to death in Ondo. Reps urge Inspector General of Police to probe disappearance of corps members. NIFEANYICHUKWU raises alarm over inflow of weapons from Libya. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency taking this. Soldier kills policeman after being stopped for traffic offense. Police arrest 52 suspects for kidnapping, cultism, others in Delta. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to Leadership newspaper. How Africa is paying for pursuit of last Hamas. At ICANN, Jigawa governor demands accountability, transparency for economic development. First Lady reiterates Tinubu's commitment to healthcare reforms. ATBU announces Prof. Galba as new vice chancellor. Alia inspects Upper Aku Stadium Hills contractor. Bishop David Abiome Thomas Aremu to retire from Living Faith Church. Nigeria's economic challenges surmountable. Governor Sule. Buhari sends 10 ex-ministers to condole Pauline Talin. NEPZA boss. Global appointment strengthens Nigeria's economic reforms. Tinubu. Troops kill 165 terrorists, arrest 238, rescue 188 hostages. Tinubu hails Nidcom's Dabiri Erewa as a trailblazer. Bishops, we've taken this. We are not part of Yenegua Dialogue, PAP. Federal government to integrate mental health care into PHC system. Rehabilitate Bronu flood victims. Reps want missing corps member rescued. Early marriage. Poverty, key obstacles to girls' education. Governor. 1 in 5 girls are married as a child. UNICEF. Senate wants funds for non-elected local government chairmen withheld. Rivers crisis. Appeal court accuses Fubara of executive recklessness. Both mishap kill 1,429 in 4 years. Cannes 2024 set to celebrate African excellence in entertainment, culture, and sports. Room status, Flutterwave, spearhead tech innovation for hospitality industry. Davido launches second collection of Puma wears. Ambassador Ogene appointed UNAA Council member. Osibanjo Ogunsola orders to headline WIMBY's 23rd annual conference. Tinubu's wife donates 1 billion naira for beautification of Obafemi Awolowo University. Para governor announces 100 million naira support for Kaima boat mishap victims. Ondo governorship poll, Ayedatiwa constitutes campaign council. Only 6 repentant terrorists escaped, no, not 13. Borno government admits. Atiku dubs Tinubu T-Pain, berates president over fuel subsidy crisis. Be sensitive to Nigeria's plight. Review multiple taxes. Reps urge federal government. PENCOM launches charter to enhance service delivery. Federal government molds stiffer penalties for abuse of national flag symbols. Ondo Assembly steps down supplementary budget over non-appearance of commissioner. Oyo government bars heavy-duty trucks from plying new Isheyin Ogbomosho Road. 18-year age limit. Federal government to develop admission guidelines for exceptional students. Yobe residents decry fresh hike in petrol price. Lagos sacks 6 LASTMA officials over misconduct, says more to go. Again, court stops Emir Bayero from renovating palace. Fubara loses grip of Rivers Assembly as appeal court orders governor to represent 2024 budget. First Lady tax employer workers on prioritizing workplace mental health. Defense headquarters dismisses Dokubo's threat to shoot down military helicopter. So, still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning, from the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to the Vanguard newspaper. PDP National Working Committee suspends national chairman, secretary for anti-debt over traffic dispute, based on reversal. Army apprehends terrorist logistics supplier in Taraba. Still on the stories making headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Tinubu's UK trip is to avoid political interference in cabinet reshuffle. Court dismisses Fubara's appeal, affirms Amewelu as Speaker of Rivers Assembly. Ondo Guba worries over delay in campaign by political parties. Be sensitive to plights of masses. Review multiple taxes. Reps tells federal government. Pray for your leaders, even despite bad situation. Sultan cancels Nigeria. For price hike, TUC tells federal government to create special forest scheme for Dangote. Over 3 million homes without power after Hurricane Milton hits Florida. Remi Tinubu, my husband is not greedy, working for a better future. Bishop Abiomi Aremu to retire from roles as at Living Faith Church. Turkish airline pilot dies mid-flight. Forces emergency landing in New York. Grandma, 4 children, die after consuming pap in Ondo. 8 essential documents you need as a car owner in Nigeria. Lagos VIO operations unaffected by court ruling against vehicle impoundment. Man gets 8 strokes of cane for stealing gold. That's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Our generation has failed Nigeria. Bauchi S governor Shekarau donates 50 million naira to Boronu flood victims. UBEC reaffirms commitment to smart technology-driven education. Oyedepo's deputies Abioye Aremu steps down next week. How I raped 16-year-old threw her inside well. Castina suspect. Don't cause bad leaders. Sultan urges Nigerians. Lagos Red Line Rail operations to begin October 15th. Plateau governor swears in 15 newly elected local government chairmen. Hurricane hits retirement complex in Florida. LASTMA dismisses 6 officials for misconduct. Kanu police nab 3 for poisoning, stabbing victim to death. Governor's wife urges youths to leverage technology. Oruremi Tinubu pledges 1 billion naira donation to Obafemi Awolowo University. Gombe Group seeks youth involvement in decision making. Bauchi FIRS strategizes on tax payment. National anthem, symbol of our collective identity. Gombe NOA. Yobe partners non-governmental organizations on budget planning. Northern Group APC chieftain differ on Umahi's scorecard. NEDC donates relief items to Yobe flood victims. Bandits appointing deposing village heads in Sokoto local government share. Sanwo-Olu inspects 7-story Mercy Children Hospital. Ayedatiwa names Ondo Rep Campaign Director. Edo gunshots disrupt pool materials inspection. Adamawa police arrest 4 deadly gang members. Hurricane throws 3 million Florida residents in blackout. Senate confirms Osman as Hajj Commissioner share. Sanwo-Olu woos Korean investors. Oyo bars trucks from Isheyin Ogbomosho Road. NCC seizes pirated books in Ogun school raid. Gombe rules out area's payment on 70,000 naira wage. And multiple taxation on essential goods. Reps tell federal government. That's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to Daily Post newspaper. Hezbollah leader escapes assassination as Israeli strikes kill 22 in Lebanon. Plateau Governor Mutfwang swears in newly elected local government chairman. Court throws out suit challenging electricity tariff hike. Banditry. Nigerian government to establish 3 military formations in Sokoto. Akwa Ibom Correctional Service gets new controller Okonkwo. Rivers Assembly crisis. Fubara heads to Supreme Court. Senate declares local government elections sham. Ondo Assembly halts supplementary budget approval on Finance Commissioner snub. Fuel hike. Dangote Refinery operates secret petrol pricings. Marketers. NCC announces completion of SIM NIN linkage. 75% of new HIV infection among adolescent girls. UNICEF. Hardship under Tinubu government. Fueling mental health problem. P2B. That's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. Marketers sell petrol at different prices in deregulated market. PDP calls for reduction in price of petrol. 125 CNG conversion centers activated across states. Court, Fubara must take budget 2024 to Amowele-led house. Tap into available opportunities. First Lady advises Nigerians. Marketers sell petrol. We've taken this. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. With Eno, there is hope for local government polls, says Akpabio. Banks call for calm as customers bemoan service disruptions. Lagos community accuses Eko electricity distribution company officials of overbilling. Council sues Lagos Assembly. Alimosho, other council, not appendage of State Assembly, says civil society organizations. Makinde is Ayedatiwa's campaign DG. University of Ibadan to host SME Fair November 8. EFCC appeals acquittal of ex-Lagos Speaker Ikovoji. Bill to allow road safety officers bear arms scales second reading. Bills to allow road safety officers bear arms scares second reading. Troops destroy 65 illegal refineries in 1 week. Youths key to development, says Sanwo-Olu Okoji. Others, every child abandoned to streets is a liability, says Chetima. Firm shifts, leaders seek investments in Africa's future. Energy conference to hold in Lagos. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. 2027 entertainers vote for Awori as Lagos governor. Naseni can be Africa's industrial catalyst. Nigeria's hunger crisis on focus at NES 30 summit. NIPOST promises effective service at 150th post day. Firms partner on clean energy initiative. Women professionals give 600 get free medical aid. Energy costume to launch jet fuel depot. Winners Chapel Bishop Abioye Aremu set to retire. Fubara directs lawyers to appeal judgment. 5 stay of execution. Federal government asks national values to primary school curriculum. Next NEC meeting will make or mar official PDP BOT. Controversial requirements for women on visa clearance dropped, says National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Ondo polls. Ayedatiwa names Makinde DG campaign cancer. Marseille Hospital ready next year. Sanwo-Olu assures. Appeal Court okays judgment nullifying passage of Rivers 2024 budget. Borno government confirms escape of 6 repentant ex-Boko Haram fighters. NIPOS promises effective service delivery or at 150th anniversary. That's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. You're listening to newspaper headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making headlines. Please stay with us.
Nabakowa production. Police for vigilante. Now my business. When I was telling you, Ekezie radio drama, there we go. Ekezie radio drama, Eriko, Ghana Dialogue, every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. with a repeat broadcast on Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Now, EBEONADI 103.5 FM. If you move and finish on the
Amara mi zai wadi ba amma ko ba suna ga da drum da ma ko na ne ko na yi nke ka ku da wala ala ma wasu na ya ma wale
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at EBEONADI 103.5 FM with Martin IFEANYICHUKWU Ekezie every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to EBEONADI 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a bet. How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on EBEONADI FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be. Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community, Street Report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin IFEANYICHUKWU Ekezie number the first every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on EBEONADI 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On EBEONADI corner 24/7, 24/7.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 65 79 6599. We are on to this day newspaper. Petrol price in change of style. Akpabio asks Nigerians to reduce number of cars they own. Naseni to commercialize 52 innovations attracts $30 billion FDI from China. A child out of school today is serious threat to nation tomorrow, says Chetima. Namadi, good governance crucial for economic stability. Naseni too, we've taken this. Chetima to headline Nigeria's upcoming Zuma Film Festival. Fubara in jeopardy as appeal court nullifies 2024 Rivers budget. Adedeji urges state accountant generals to block revenue leakages, uphold tax laws. Effective PPP models for ports concessions. Blue Economy Ministry partners ICRC, BPE. Naseni too, we've taken this. Governor Sanwo-Olu, new Masse Hospital ready next year. Coronation Insurance promo offers 30 million naira worth of prizes. Expert points way forward for insurance pension sector's contribution to $1 trillion economy. National Assembly may overrule NCAA over minimum aircraft for commercial operations. More accolades for Air Peace. Vodafone, Google to deepen strategic partnership in Africa and Europe. Credit Corp extends service to aviation industry. Intel, Cisco, others sign Abidjan Accord calling for $120 billion for IDA. That's the much we can take from this day newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from this day newspaper, will flip over to Nigerian Tribune. Appeal Court voids Rivers 2024 budget, recognizes Amowele as speaker. Tell Nigerians cost of your PMS. Petron tells Dangote refinery. Women no longer need husband's approval letter for visa clearance. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. PDP BOT demands urgent NEC meeting to address internal conflicts. Petrol price hike. T-Pain is undisturbed by the hardship in the country. Article. Hardship. NYSC tax corps members on entrepreneurship development. Appeal Court didn't reinstate Amowelu 26 orders. Rivers government. NMPCL lacks power to fix prices of fuel. Falana. Sokoto government partners consortium on malaria control programs. Sheyi Tinubu launches health initiative, targets 10,000 indigent patients monthly. Restore subvention to political parties. ZLP charges INEC. Make agriculture compulsory in secondary schools. Senator Mustapha urges federal government. Flood. Tertiary Education Trust Fund pledges financial support to University of Ibadan. Hardship. Give my husband 2 more years. Tinubu's wife urges Nigerians. PAP office distances self from Yenegua dialogue. NOA begins campaign on national anthem. Value shatter in Niger. That's the much we can take from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And that will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-6579-6599. We'll now flip over to our SMS portal. From our SMS portal this morning, we have a message. This one is coming from Agonabo and he's joining us from Ofa, Aguluzibo. And he says, Boko Haram, kidnapping, bandits, and Fulani militia have caused mayhem and killing and causing hardship in the country. And our gallant soldiers are roaming around the streets, extorting money from the street of Southeast. Oil marketers bringing in cheap PMS is very laughable. We are washing our stains on food. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Still on our SMS portal, we have this message. It's coming from Chinedu Oneka, pastor, and he says, my prayers goes to the victims of hurricane in the state of Florida. May God see them through. Amen. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. From our SMS portal, we'll flip over to our WhatsApp portal. We have a message coming from Waloto Patrick from Monteja, and he says, I just want to use this opportunity to say welcome back on air to EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Though it has been a long time, you went off air, but thank God that you are back. This life is full of ups and downs, but the most important thing is that one has the ability to weather off storms. I equally believe that since you are back, you have repositioned in a manner to serve us better. Once again, you are welcome back. Waloto Patrick from Monteja. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Still on our WhatsApp portal, we have another message coming from Chinedu Oneka, pastor, and he says, Grandma, 4 children died after consuming pap in Ondo. May their souls rest in peace. HIV is on the increase among our youths. UNICEF should intensify in their campaign against the virus. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Chinedu Oneka, pastor. With that message from Chinedu Oneka, pastor, this morning, this is the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning, once it's 7 o'clock, so keep a date. And don't touch the dial of EBEONADI 103.5 FM once it's 8:20 this morning. We'll be back with Birthday Splash. Till we meet again, I am Martin. Have a blissful morning.
EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Nabakowa production. Police for vigilante. Now my business is mine now. When I will tell you Ekezie radio drama, Erico. Akụkọ ihe mere n'ime ogbe. Ekezie radio drama Erico ga na-abịara gị every Monday 8 o'clock p.m. with broadcast on Saturday 3 o'clock p.m. na EBEONADI 103.5 FM.
If you move and finish your business,
Amara mi le wa di amo. Ko mo tuna ga do na ma ko na ni ko na ye. Nke ka ku ke wona na ma bu na ye mo le si.
Ekwana ka call dị nke a call. Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at EBEONADI 103.5 FM with Martin IFEANYICHUKWU Ekezie every Monday 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to EBEONADI 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date. How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general, street report. If we do not address these challenges on EBEONADI FM, who will, as the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be.
Government,
Whatever. Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community. Street report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin IFEANYICHUKWU, Ekezie number the force every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on EBEONADI 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On EBEONADI corner 24/7, 24/7.
EBEONADI FM, Ekezie.
The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
best music.
103.5 EBEONADI FM.
Let's go.
It's the morning drive on 103.5 EBEONADI FM. We blend culture and entertainment.
EBEONADI, 103.5 FM. For infotainment we day, entertainment we day, arts and culture.
Okay, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, and share, right? Yeah.